Hello, and welcome to this video on the Lightning Network, a revolutionary layer built on top of the Bitcoin network that has the potential to revolutionize the way we make transactions. In this video, we'll discuss what the Lightning Network is, how it benefits Bitcoin users, and how you can get started using it. So, what is the Lightning Network? The Lightning Network is a second-layer payment protocol built on top of the Bitcoin blockchain. It allows users to make instant and low-cost transactions. The Lightning Network works by creating a payment channel between two parties. This channel is essentially a multi-signature address that can be used to send and receive funds without having to wait for confirmations on the blockchain. To open a payment channel, both parties need to agree on the amount of Bitcoin they want to put into the channel. Once the channel is open, they can send funds back and forth instantly and with very low fees. The Lightning Network also supports multi-hop payments, which means that payments can be routed through multiple payment channels to reach their destination. This allows users to send funds to people without a direct channel, as long as there is a path of payment channels to route the payment. Overall, the Lightning Network provides a way to make fast and cheap transactions on the Bitcoin network, without having to wait for confirmations on the blockchain. It is a highly scalable solution that has the potential to revolutionize the way we make transactions. Benefits of using the Lightning Network. The Lightning Network brings several benefits to Bitcoin users. Let's take a quick overview of the key benefits. First, it is extremely fast. Traditional Bitcoin transactions can take several minutes or even hours to confirm, depending on the network congestion and the fees paid. With the Lightning Network, transactions are instant and can be completed in milliseconds. This makes it ideal for small transactions or micropayments, which would be impractical with traditional Bitcoin transactions. Second, it is extremely cost-efficient. Traditional Bitcoin transactions can have high fees, especially when the network is congested. The Lightning Network has very low transaction fees, as the fees are set by the nodes operating the payment channels. These fees are typically a fraction of a penny, making it a very cheap option for sending Bitcoin. Third, it is highly scalable. As more people adopt Bitcoin and the number of transactions increases, the network can become congested, leading to slower confirmations and higher fees. The Lightning Network is designed to scale with demand, as it can handle millions of transactions per second. This makes it a highly scalable and efficient solution for processing transactions on the Bitcoin network. Fourth, it offers privacy and security. The Lightning Network uses advanced encryption techniques to protect users' funds and keep their transactions private. It also allows users to create payment channels with people they trust, without having to expose their transactions to the entire Bitcoin network. Overall, the Lightning Network brings significant benefits to Bitcoin users, including instant transactions, low fees, scalability, and privacy. It has the potential to increase the adoption of Bitcoin by making it more accessible to a wider range of people, and by enabling new use cases for the technology. If you're interested in using Bitcoin, the Lightning Network is definitely a technology to explore. Now, let's discuss how the Lightning Network can increase the adoption of Bitcoin. The Lightning Network has the potential to significantly increase the adoption of Bitcoin by addressing some of its key limitations. One of the main barriers to the adoption of Bitcoin is its scalability. Traditional Bitcoin transactions are processed on the blockchain, which is limited in the number of transactions it can handle. This has resulted in slow transaction times and high fees, which has made Bitcoin less appealing for everyday use. The Lightning Network addresses this issue by allowing transactions to be conducted off-chain. This means that transactions can be processed almost instantly and with significantly lower fees. This makes Bitcoin a more practical option for everyday use, as users can send small payments without worrying about high fees or slow confirmation times. Another way that the Lightning Network can increase the adoption of Bitcoin is by enabling new use cases. For example, micropayments are not practical on the traditional Bitcoin network due to the high fees. However, the Lightning Network makes micropayments possible, which opens up new opportunities for content creators, musicians, and other creators to monetize their work. In addition, the Lightning Network can enable new business models. For example, merchants can offer subscription services that are billed by the second, as opposed to a monthly fee. This opens up new revenue streams for businesses and allows them to experiment with new pricing models. The Lightning Network can also help to bring more people into the Bitcoin ecosystem. Because it offers a faster, cheaper, and more practical way to use Bitcoin, it can make the currency more accessible to a wider audience. This can lead to more people buying Bitcoin, which in turn can increase its value and make it more attractive to investors. Overall, the Lightning Network has the potential to significantly increase the adoption of Bitcoin by addressing its key limitations and enabling new use cases and business models. It has the potential to make Bitcoin more practical and accessible for everyday use. Okay, moving on to getting started with the Lightning Network. Getting started with the Lightning Network is relatively easy, but it does require some technical knowledge. Here are the basic steps you need to follow to start using the Lightning Network. Step 1. Download a Lightning wallet. There are several wallets available that support the Lightning Network, such as Zap, Breeze, Eclair, and Phoenix. Make sure to choose a wallet that is compatible with your device and operating system. Step 2. Fund your Lightning wallet. Once you've downloaded a wallet, you need to fund it with some Bitcoin. You can do this by sending Bitcoin from your traditional Bitcoin wallet to your Lightning wallet. Some wallets are having both networks, so you can set up only one wallet. Step 3. Open a payment channel. To start using the Lightning Network, you need to open a payment channel with someone else on the network. You can do this by sending a payment to their Lightning wallet, which will automatically open a payment channel between the two of you. Step 4. When you're done using the payment channel, you need to close it to reclaim your funds. This is done by broadcasting the most recent transaction to the Bitcoin network. The funds will be returned to your Bitcoin wallet, minus any fees paid during the channel's use. Overall, getting started with the Lightning Network is relatively straightforward. Nowadays, wallets are easy to use and do not require technical skills. It is important to choose a reputable Lightning wallet, and to understand the risks and benefits of using the Lightning Network. With these considerations in mind, the Lightning Network can be a highly efficient and cost-effective way to use Bitcoin. Now let's talk about security and cost efficiency of the Lightning Network. One of the key benefits of the Lightning Network is its security. Because payments are made through payment channels rather than directly on the blockchain, there is less risk of fraud or theft. Additionally, because the Lightning Network is built on top of the Bitcoin network, it inherits the same security features, such as strong encryption and decentralized verification. In terms of cost efficiency, the Lightning Network is a game changer for small transactions. Traditional Bitcoin transactions can be expensive, especially when transferring small amounts of Bitcoin. This is because transactions are processed on the blockchain and require a fee to be paid to miners. With the Lightning Network, however, transactions are conducted off-chain, which means that fees are significantly lower. In fact, Lightning Network transactions can be as low as a fraction of a cent, making it an ideal solution for micropayments. Another benefit of the Lightning Network is its speed. Because transactions are conducted off-chain, they are virtually instant. This makes the Lightning Network ideal for small transactions where speed is important, such as buying a cup of coffee. In terms of cost efficiency, the Lightning Network also has the potential to significantly reduce the cost of running a Bitcoin node. Traditional Bitcoin nodes require a large amount of storage space and processing power, which can be expensive. With the Lightning Network, however, nodes can operate with much less storage and processing power, which can reduce the overall cost of running a node. Overall, the Lightning Network offers a range of benefits, including improved security, speed, and cost efficiency. While it does require some technical knowledge to use, it has the potential to significantly increase the adoption of Bitcoin, particularly for small transactions. In conclusion, the Lightning Network is a game changer for the Bitcoin network. It brings instant and low-cost transactions to users and has the potential to increase the adoption of Bitcoin by making it more accessible to a wider range of people. If you're interested in getting started with the Lightning Network, be sure to do your research and choose a reputable Lightning wallet to keep your funds safe. And that's it for today's video on the Lightning Network and its benefits for Bitcoin users. I hope you found this video informative and learned something new. If you did, please don't forget to leave a comment below to let us know your thoughts, and make sure to subscribe to the channel for more great content like this. And if you know someone who would benefit from this video, please feel free to share it with them. Your support means a lot and helps us to keep creating valuable content. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.